Starfall.
Hey guys, welcome back to Starfall Sabers. I have a very special saber reveal today. This is a saber that I have kept for myself for just a few weeks because so many people have been hitting me up for it. So I am sad to say that I did sell it. So this will be the reveal video for the new owner. But at the same time, it kind of pushes me to make my next personal saber that most likely I'll end up selling. But I really love just building sabers more so than owning them. So this allows me to just kind of push myself to do the next thing. But I really love the way this saber turned out. I'm calling it the ScrapFlex because it's obviously has some of the Graflex features, but it's has a lot of found parts, a lot of heavily modified parts. And so I'll kind of just take you through the aesthetics of this saber. I really like the brass bunny ears. I hand cut these out and assembled these. It just gives it a really cool feel. This is like a vintage aviation toggle switch button that I modified to go in the top section here. So when the saber's on, you'll see light reflecting through here, which looks really cool. I also opted not to put the traditional like brass pins in the pinholes here because I just personally think it looks really cool when the light shines through them. It has a very deep, about 3 to 4 inch blade socket. This is just an aesthetic little control box. I found this part, modified it to attach to the saber. I really like the way that looks. This is cool. This button, this is a lockout button that I designed for this saber. So you can unscrew it just a tad. You can see the light coming through in the button there. And then you can actually lock it out while it's on too. So that way you don't accidentally turn the saber off. Back it out here. And then you can lock it out if it's on, you're wearing it on your hip. You don't want to accidentally turn the saber on. Cool feature. Has this nice knurled aluminum grip here that was painted and then weathered. This brass ring here that gives a nice look. And then this is actually pieces from the front end that I cut off and attached to the pommel to give it this nice kind of dimension, this nice space here. So let's put a blade in and then I'll show you how to get access to the removable core. So you just back this out just a little bit until it gives you the some play. Push and hold till you hear 2 beeps and then release. So now you're in your second sound font, blue. And you can see the flashing on the push and hold the button to shut off. Now if you push and hold it for the first beep and let go, you'll go into mute mode. So you'll have all the clash effects, lighting effects, but no sound. Push and hold to reset it. Then when you power it on, it's back with sound. You have one more sound font, which is set to red. Push and hold 2 beeps. 1, 2, release. And you got red. That looks really cool there. All right, so tighten that down there. Really love that lockout feature. And we'll take the blade out and then I'll show you how to get access to the removable core. So the first thing you want to do is back out the button all the way. And always work over a flat surface. You don't want to lose this. This is integral to the Saber, turning it on. You can see this here. And you can kind of see into the Saber here. So then, you're going to want to remove these two screws. And don't ever really over tighten them, just snug them up. You want to remove these. So it's pretty cool. This whole front end comes off. All right, like so. And then you see kind of this weathered core, and you see the button here. So, unscrew the pommel. And yes, it is kind of a pain to get access to this core by undoing all this, but it is so much fun to take the Saber apart because it just looks so cool. And let's see, what did you do here? Oh yeah, there's another set screw that I put here that holds the LED module in place. Again, don't ever over tighten any of this, just snug it up. So we'll back this guy out. Don't lose any of these. Again, always important to work over a nice flat table. Keep your floor clean too, so if you do drop these screws, you'll find them. And so now, this core just drops right out. Just like so. You have your 16650 2500 milliamp lithium ion 3.7 volt battery. This you can use like a guitar pick to carefully pop this out. The charger is not included with the Saber, but I sent you a link to order that from the custom Saber shop. And depending on how much you use it, you'll get a good charge out of this. Now, you can turn it on with the exposed core, but don't grab it here by the LED module. It'll get real hot. And you see there's a crystal chamber too, which mirrors whatever the blade's doing. And this, the chassis was designed by 7G Sabers. The install was done by Chad from the Tie-Dye Jedi. He did a really nice job with this. I love these inner cores. They're really awesome. So, I guess I can put it back together on screen here. Sometimes that's kind of boring, but then sometimes it's kind of cool to see it. So, go ahead and just gently put the core back in. You'll see the LED module there. And let's see here. You want it flush here. And you'll see where, I believe, yeah, you'll see the little mark here where the set screw is going to go. Again, you never want to over tighten this. Just snug it down. And just before you, just double check to make sure everything lines up here. Yep, that's going to line up just right. So that's good. So then you can snug this down a little bit. Just like so. I also made it look like this is like an ancient core that had kind of just been marred in battle. I aged it a little bit, and it looks really cool to see the removable core, some of the tech in there. All right, then you can put the pommel back on. Also, you want to be careful, don't ever push on the speaker. You can push around the edges here of the chassis. Slide this on. You don't want to tighten one down before you kind of get the other one started. And then you can alternate when you tighten them down. Again, kind of a pain to get access to the SD card and charger or battery, but at the same time it kind of feels like you're working on your Saber like if it was real world, at least in my imagination. Tighten that up. You don't want to over tighten these, and it's a very snug, very tight fit. So then you'll take your activation button and you're going to thread this into the receiver here. Just like so, and you're good to go. And then you tighten it down for the lockout, and you are good to go. I'm gonna miss this Saber, especially as I disassemble and reassemble it here, but I know it's going to a good home. So as always, guys, feel free to give me a follow on Instagram, at Starfall Sabers, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot. Bye now.